Hey, what's going on, my friends? We have 10 small business loans for 2022 here on nerdwallet.com. I have this article pulled up, and yeah, as you guys can see, they did a lot of nice research, laid it all out for us nicely. We're going to dive into this. I will have a link down below to this article in the description area. So if you don't want to watch the video and listen along, then feel free to pull up the article and keep it moving, baby. Just keep it moving. Now, as you can see, to kick things off, we're just going to look at this overview really quickly, but you got Tab Bank, where they're saying this is best for bank small business loans, minimum credit score of 650. We have PNC Bank line of credit, best for bank small business loans with a credit minimum score of 720. We have the SBA 7A loan. This is best for SBA loans. Credit score minimum of 650. Credibility Capital online term loan, best for online term loans. A credit score minimum is 650. We have Funding Circle, best for online term loans, minimum credit score of 660. Then we have OnDeck, which is best for online term loans, minimum credit score of 600. BlueVine line of credit, best for business lines of credit up to $250,000 with a minimum credit score requirement of 600, followed by Funbox, which is best for business lines of credit up to $150,000, minimum credit score of 600. Then we have OnDeck, which is best for business line of credit up to $100,000, a minimum of 600. And finally, finishing off this list is Triton Capital, which is best for equipment financing, which has a minimum credit score requirement of 600. So there are essentially different loans here for anyone out there who's in business. Now, of course, the biggest factoring, differential factor that's going to kind of separate one over the other, that sticks out most right now is the credit scores, because you're seeing some that are saying you can have a credit score as low as 600 and still be approved, while others, PNC Bank goes up to about 720. The other influential factor that's going to help you decide what is best for you is the estimate APR. I mean, you're seeing some that are up here. The range is pretty wide. So 8.99% all the way up to about 36%. Pretty wide range there, whereas others are much, much smaller, 12.24 to 14.24, 5.5 to 8%. Then you got another wide run here. So you have to do your research, my friends. I'm trying to help you out, speed up the process, and put these different programs to your attention. And, again, just highlight some of those major differential components that will help you decide what loan type is best for you in your particular business needs. So before we really dive into these a little bit more, feel free to like this video if you haven't yet. Much appreciation for watching. I hope this video helps you guys with, again, building your business, growing your business. Loans can be incredibly helpful, incredibly powerful to help you with kind of, getting that boost that you might need instead of having to wait for money to come trickling in from your sales. Let's speed up the process a bit. Use other people's money to help you with growing your business. So definitely hit that subscribe button so you guys can stay up to date on new grants, loans, and credit video content. So here we are kicking things off. Their picks for bank small business loans. Banks offer different types of business financing, such as term loans and lines of credit. So the Tab Bank is one of their best top picks for a term loan. This has an estimate APR of about 9% all the way up to 36% with a minimum credit score of 650. Tab Bank offers competitive interest rates for business owners with strong credit and can sometimes fund faster than an SBA loan. So the pros to a Tab Bank is that, no prepayment penalty. Terms range from 12 to 60 months and a bank loan with online application process. Now, of course, there are other pros that they have, but those are the top three. The top three cons are that it requires a high minimum credit score, origination fee and documentation fee charged on all loans, and requires business lien and personal guarantee. That might be a deal breaker for some of you, but hey, it's your business. You're committed to it. You're not worried about that. You're willing to jump in and keep it moving. The qualifications, again, a minimum credit score of 650. Your minimum time in business is at least 2 years, and your minimum annual revenue is $100,000. Now, again, this is not profit. It's revenue, $100,000. Also on this list is the PNC Bank line of credit with an estimate APR of about 12.24 up to 14.24% and a minimum credit score of 720. PNC offers a revolving line of credit that works similarly to a credit card, but you'll need excellent credit and multiple years in business to qualify. So what are the pros and cons? Well, a bank line of credit with competitive interest rates, it can fund as quickly as the same business day and monthly repayments with no set term. Its cons, on the other hand, it requires a high minimum credit score and multiple years in business, requires personal guarantee, and businesses in certain states and industries are ineligible. So as we dive into the qualifications, you can see it has a minimum credit score of 720. Minimum time in business is 3 years, and your minimum annual revenue is $100,000. And the APR is the market prime rate plus either 7.49% or 9.49%. Their pick for the SBA Loans, a loan funded by participating lending institutions and backed by the Small Business Administration. And to no surprise, the SBA 7A loan is the program they would like to draw attention to. And as you can see, it has an estimate APR of 5.528% with a minimum credit score of 650. 7A programs participants include specialized lenders like Live Oak Bank and big-name traditional banks like Wells Fargo. And the pros to this program is that it's available as a term loan or line of credit, its interest rates are capped, and long-term repayment terms are available. The cons, well, your personal guarantee is required, collateral is typically required, and it has a longer processing times than online lenders. When we look at the qualifications, well, you just have to be a for-profit U.S. business and must first use alternative financial resources, including personal assets, and financial qualifications determined by individual lenders. Online term loans, a loan repaid with interest over a set period of time. So Credibility Capital online term loan has an estimate APR of 6.99% all the way up to about 25%, and its minimum credit score is 650. Credibility Capital offers low-cost business loans that work best for small business owners with strong credit. So whatever its pros, it has a competitive rates among online lenders, no prepayment penalty, extra monthly payments can save interest costs. What are the cons? It requires high minimum credit score and revenue, requires business lien, and may require personal guarantee. Unfortunately, it's not available in Nevada, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Vermont. And so when we look at the qualifications, again, we can see it has a minimum credit score of 650. It has a minimum time in business of 2 years, minimum annual revenue of $200,000, and no bankruptcies in the past 5 years. So, hey, you're seeing the minimum credit score, lower, but then you see other kind of more strict criteria like the annual revenue doubled compared to others that were at 100,000. So again, this is where you're gonna have to test the waters out a bit, see how things go with your research to find what makes the most sense for you depending on your particular situation. Next on this list, and it says may fund quickly, is Funding Circle online term loan, and it has an estimate APR of 12.18 up to 36% with a minimum credit score of 660. And it says Funding Circle is an option for established businesses that are financing an expansion or refinancing debt. So what are the pros? Cash can be available within 3 business days. Competitive rates among online lenders and no minimum revenue requirement. That's huge. But what are its cons? It requires business lien and personal guarantee and not available in Nevada. So its qualifications, as we know, it has a minimum credit score of 660. Your minimum time in business is 2 years with no minimum annual revenue and no bankruptcies in the past 7 years. And last on this list for online term loan is OnDeck, and it also says may fund quickly, which has a estimate APR of 9 all the way up to 99%, depending on your credit worthiness and your business's financials. Crazy range right there, my friends. But it does explain it why, because it has a minimum credit score of 600. So it's getting even lower than what we've seen at 660 and 650 and 700 with others. So OnDeck offers a fast term loan for small business owners with less than stellar credit who want to expand. What are its pros? Well, cash can be available within the same business day, requires low minimum credit score, and less paperwork than most lenders. Its cons, on the other hand, it has fixed fee structure, means early repayment will not save interest. That's huge. It requires frequent daily or weekly repayments and requires business lien and personal guarantee. When we look at the qualifications, we already know it has a 600 minimum credit score with a minimum time in business of 1 year and minimum annual revenue of $100,000 and no bankruptcies in the past 2 years. Now, when we are talking lines of credit, which financing you can draw from up to a set limit, pay interest only on borrowed amount. And first on this list is BlueVine line of credit, which has an estimate APR of 15 all the way up to 78%. Again, you see that wide range because they are lowering the minimum credit score to 600. So the higher you are, the lower your APR is going to be. The lower your credit score is, closer to that 600, the higher the APR is going to be. And it says BlueVine's line of credit provides fast working capital for short-term borrowing needs. When we look at the pros, you can see cash can be available within 12 to 24 hours and multiple term lengths for different financing needs. Its cons, on the other hand, it may require weekly repayments, it requires personal guarantee, and it's not available in North Dakota, South Dakota, or Vermont. Sorry, my people, if you're in any of those areas, you guys keep getting left out for some reason. Next on this list is Funbox. And they have an estimate APR of 10.10% going all the way up to about 80%. And the minimum credit score is 600. Funbox offers a business line of credit to fill a cash flow gap, and qualifying is easier than with other lenders. Its pros are that cash can be available by the next day, and it has a low minimum credit score requirement. Its cons, on the other hand, rates are high compared to traditional banks. And next up on this list is OnDeck, which has an estimate APR of 11 all the way up to 61.90%. Its minimum credit score is 600, and OnDeck offers a fast line of credit for small business owners with less than stellar credit who need to manage cash flow or buy inventory. So when we dive into the pros, cash can be available within the same business day. It requires low minimum credit score and less paperwork than most lenders. Its cons, on the other hand, it has fixed fee structure, means early repayment will not save interest, requires weekly repayments, and requires personal guarantee. And last but not least on this list is equipment financing, a loan used to purchase new or used equipment. And we have Triton Capital, and they have an estimate APR of 4.99 up to 25% with a minimum credit score of 600. Triton Capital offers fast equipment loans up to $250,000 for businesses in a range of industries. So what are the pros? Well, it can fund within 1 to 2 business days, no prepayment penalty, and flexible repayment options, monthly, quarterly, annually, or semi-annually. But its cons, well, it typically requires a personal guarantee and UCC lien, and also it requires high minimum annual revenue. So its qualifications, as we know, it has a 600 minimum credit score. Minimum time in business is 2 years, but startups may be eligible with higher costs. And then minimum annual revenue is $250,000. So, my friends, we just covered a bunch of different small business loans, credit lines that are available for you depending on your particular needs, your particular interests, and your particular situation. If your credit score is up over 700, or more specifically up over 720, you pretty much are in the clear to apply for any of these different loans based on your specific needs. However, if you're someone who's in that rebuilding phase, if you're still in the 600 club, well, you're going to be limited to a few. You can pretty much apply to most of these other programs here. There's only, I think, 2 or 3 that are in the 700 that we've covered in this video, and I might have even lied about that. It might just be PNC Bank here. So hey, tons and tons of different loans for you guys to choose from. But really, the key is to get after it. You cannot get approved for any of these programs, any of these loans, open lines of credit, or anything if you don't apply. So make sure you guys like this video and subscribe if you want more videos diving into some of these individual loans and how to even apply for them, things of that sort. Because hey, we're over here building my businesses as well. And why wouldn't we want to utilize other people's money, OPM, to grow our business, right? Other people are doing it. Why shouldn't we? And hey, it's not for everyone. But if you made it this far in the video, I'm pretty sure it's probably aligned with your thoughts and your strategy moving forward. So like I said, definitely like this video and subscribe to the channel for new content diving into not only loans, but grants and credit cards. But all right, my friends, much appreciation for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you've actually used or are working with any of these lenders. I would be curious to hear about your experiences. If you recommend anyone over anyone else here that you've worked with, or maybe you're saying, hey, stay far away, leave a comment. Let us know, because it definitely would be helpful not only for myself, but for others watching as well. But all right, my friends, much appreciation for watching. I got to keep it moving, but you already know I'll see you in the next video. Peace.